Hey guys, what's going on? Mike the Caveman Q here again from Paleo Palm Long Island, MikeTheCaveman.com. And today's question is, what is the best cookware? And the answer is Teflon. Roll credits. Wait, that's not right. No, absolutely not. Teflon is probably the worst thing you could possibly use. Despite its popularity as a non-stick surface, the list of potential detriments is staggering. Now, Teflon is the brand name for a chemical known as polytetrafluoroethylene, or PTFE. Now, if heated to an extremely high temperature, such as by preheating a pan or by putting it into a broiler, it can give off a toxic fume that can induce flu-like symptoms. But, more importantly, one of the compounds used in its manufacture, perfluorooctanoic acid, or PFOA, is associated with the development of ulcerative colitis, thyroid disease, and increased cardiovascular risk, as well as kidney and testicular cancer. Moreover, it is one of the most persistent chemicals in the world. In fact, practically everybody who's ever been tested for it has some in their blood. It is so tough to break down. It has been estimated that it would take over 20 years to break down up to 95% of it, meaning you would still have 5% left if you had no further exposure. Just the kind of thing you should be cooking with, right? Fortunately, due to class action lawsuits, the industry has begun to phase out the use of PFOA. Unfortunately, the literature indicates that the chemicals that are being used to replace it are not necessarily better. So what should you actually be using? Well, your best bets are actual metals, particularly cast iron and stainless steel. This is especially the case if they've been coated with an enamel, as this will help provide for a more consistent and even cooking rate, as well as provide you with a relatively non-stick surface without the associated dangers of using Teflon. From there, plain cast iron is an excellent and cheaper option to those enameled ones that, if seasoned properly, will still provide a relatively non-stick surface. But as an added benefit, like we talked about the other day, the use of cast iron, particularly with the inclusion of a little bit of an acid like vinegar, will actually bring out some of that iron. So for people who are iron deficient, it's an excellent way to get in a little extra iron for your day. But that comes with a caveat. On the converse, if you are experiencing iron overload, you probably shouldn't be using cast iron. Next up, plain stainless steel is another excellent option, as it's easier to clean than cast iron, but it also provides a cheap alternative to enamel. Another benefit of it, though, is that because it's a non-reactive metal, it isn't going to impact either the taste or quality of your food. But unfortunately, in and of itself, it's not a great non-stick surface, so you're going to want to make sure that you cook with it properly. You're going to want to make sure that you use adequate fat. We're not afraid of that anymore, right? Exactly. Add some quality fats, enough of them, to the pan that nothing is able to stick to it, and it'll work beautifully. As for other options, similar to cast iron, things like plain copper and plain aluminum, provided you have adequate acidity, are going to leach out into your food. Now, excessive copper is associated with zinc deficiency, and aluminum toxicity may be associated with the development and progression of Alzheimer's disease. So those two aren't the best option. And on a small side note, but related, you probably shouldn't be cooking using aluminum foil all the time either. It will have a lower overall net effect, but it probably isn't best to use every single day. Glass is a great idea, it just doesn't have the best overall cooking properties in terms of just dispersing the heat. It doesn't disperse it well. So as such, it's probably the best one overall. Things like ceramic, make sure they don't have a glaze on them, particularly if they're coming from Europe, as most of them will have lead inside the glaze, and that's obviously not a good idea either. As for the newer green plates, just make sure you're looking at what it's actually made of. It'd be way too long to actually go into in-depth on each and every brand of the green plates. But your biggest takeaways are, your best bets are enameled, cast iron, and stainless steel. From there, get the same ones without the enamel. But whatever you do, do not use Teflon. Copper and aluminum, not quite as bad as Teflon, but they shouldn't be used all the time. They shouldn't be the base of your cooking. But since we were talking about cast iron and its potential benefits, if you want some more information on what are the best sources of dietary iron, take a look at this video we did the other day. But either way, hopefully that helped you out. You know what to do. Like and subscribe down below. Share it with your friends. Head over to Instagram and Twitter and follow me at Mike the Caveman, over on Facebook at Paleo Palm Long Island, and of course over at MikeTheCaveman.com. That being said, go have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any, throw out the Teflon. I'll see you tomorrow.